There are loads of different ways of carrying your kit, maneuvering around the beach, launching and landing, whether it's wavy, flat water, a shelf, or whatever else your local spot may have. What I'm going to show you today, though, is how to carry your kit on your head. Here we go. Okay. Now, I think I should start with a little disclaimer just here. This isn't always the easiest way, and it's not always the right way to do it. However, if you know how to make the choice as to whether it's suitable or not, it can be a lot easier than trying to lift your kit in a more normal or traditional way. First things just to consider is it too windy, gusty, shifty, and are you likely just to get your kit ripped out of your hands and blown down the beach? Any of those question marks, you're safer and better off just carrying it in a more normal way, let's say. The other question mark is your kit small enough that it can safely sit on your head, firstly without hurting yourself, or secondly without your head just popping through the sail somewhere here. I'm lucky enough right now to be on a 5-meter spy and a 103 starboard code. So both lightweight, very easy to carry, easy to maneuverable kit. Anything smaller than this, no problem at all. Even really up to my 6'5", and I've got a 105 or 110 litre Isonic, I'm happy carrying on my head. But if I'm using some more intermediate-y style, bigger literage and much bigger sails, you might want to reconsider that a little bit. The other thing to be very aware of when you're doing this, which I'd kind of expect considering the kit I've just outlined that you'd like to use, is the wind direction. You need to know fairly precisely where that wind's coming from, because that will depict your safe spinning area of where you can control the kit from. What I mean by that is when I start with the kit in let's say a classic sort of beach start position, I'm going to go low and underneath the sail here, and I want to be just off the eye of the wind. That's the wind. Let's say I'm close reach on that new side. To run you through what I did just there was my normal beach start position. Now I'm pointing slightly across the wind, going to bring the board slightly into the wind and go underneath, holding the mast with my front hand and then my single back foot strap with the other hand. From here, this wind window that I've got to play with is now I'm directly facing the wind, I'm safe. Now I'm just off a beam reach, not quite across the wind. Again, safe position in here. But as soon as I turn too far downwind, woohoo, that sail gets pulled out of your hands and you can't control it anymore. Which gives you a fine-ish direction of where you can actually walk to without having to do a big crab footstep going sideways. A big tip I definitely recommend if you're learning to do this as well is learn in water. Yes, in the opening scene you saw just then, I launched from the land, I carry the kit into the water. Of course you can do that on the sand. But if I'm in the water and something goes wrong, it really doesn't matter so much. This is like your safety net all the way around here. Of course, while you're in the water, making sure you've got plenty of space down behind you or downwind of you, like I have just now. Spin that kit around and I'll try again. Classic beach start starting position. Onto the boom. Dropping low, my head finds the balancing point and I can stand up. Wind direction, safe. Across the wind, safe. You could even play with it if you like, the way that you might be putting it down. which is deliberately turning too far downwind in that direction. We can then reset, restart, and if I was feeling up for it, at this point I could leave the water and go up the beach. That position you can get into quite nicely, sailing straight back in towards the beach. And that's where I think it comes together nicely. As a nice cruise back towards the beach, slow it down, drop off the plane, step off the board, and before anyone knows what's happened, you're strolling up the beach with a smile on your face, making your way back in. Here we go. Had a lovely session, dropped off the plane, sailing back towards the beach, front hand to the mast, step off, walking forwards and into the board, and then straight up the beach. A nice way to put it down on the beach, very similar to what you saw me just do there. Deliberately spinning downwind and lifting the clue allows the kit to spin nicely if that was on the sand or like I just did on the water. Thanks as always for joining me. I'll see you in the next video.